Welcome to a case study for 3-on-3 basketball. Thank you for taking the next few minutes of your time to go through this with me and learn about the huge benefits for our youth players out there of 3-on-3 basketball. My name is Coach Dave. I'm a former college coach, also coach in high school and youth, and I currently serve as the youth basketball president in the area of the country that I'm from. For north of 2 decades now, I have served as various director of camps and leagues, and I'm also a certified mental performance coach, meaning I help players with confidence and overcoming adversity and things like that on the basketball court. Today, I wanted to talk a little bit about 3-on-3 basketball with you. Currently, we have about 20 million kids nationwide that participate in basketball every year through various teams and school events, clinics, trainings, tournaments, things like that. And there are several factors that play into where kids play these days when parents are making the decision where to go. Things like cost, the time commitment, things like they develop, the location of where games and practices may be, what kind of coach are they going to play for, and overall player enjoyment hopefully is in that mix too when deciding what team or what type of situation they're going to play in. 3-on-3 basketball is one of those sports that has been growing tremendously over the last few years. Just in our last Olympics, it became an Olympic sport finally, where we had men's and women's teams competing. The Big Three, which is a professional league here in the United States, has launched and done very well and really has done great things using ex-NBA players in their setting and is very fun to watch. Every summer and late spring, you see a growth of tournaments that are going on in a 3-on-3 setting. And overall, probably the most important part is people are starting to realize that 3-on-3 basketball is way better for the development of youth players than 5-on-5. So let's take a look at that comparison really quick. 3-on-3 basketball versus 5-on-5 basketball. In a 3-on-3 basketball setting, you are getting more than double the amount of touches, the amount of shots, the amount of passes you make, the amount of passes you receive, more steals, more assists, and overall way more opportunity in a 3-on-3 setting than a 5-on-5 setting. It is easy in a 5-on-5 setting for kids not to get actively involved in the offense at all for several possessions in a row. Maybe actively not get to play any type of a role on defense, especially guarding the ball where their guys just not getting the ball at all. So you're not getting the kind of work and development there. There is tremendous amount of benefit to youth players playing 3-on-3 basketball to learn more and get better at all the skills involved in basketball simply because they're getting more opportunity. And if you look at a dollar for dollar cost, where some of these travel teams and club teams and even school teams can charge anywhere from $600 to $3,000 versus a 3-on-3 type league or setting where you're spending cents on the dollar per opportunity, per shot, per touch versus north of $2 per opportunity at that level at the 5-on-5. You just have tremendous more growth potential in learning the game and recognizing situations in a 3-on-3 setting than you do on a 5-on-5 setting, especially for our young basketball players out there. So what we did at Northwest 3-on-3 basketball is we set out to look at some of the things that the 5-on-5 setting was doing and what it was doing wrong. We were seeing kids sitting on the bench for long periods of time. We were seeing coaches up screaming and yelling at kids and degrading kids. We saw kids just not involved on the offensive end of the floor or the defensive end of the floor. So we wanted to change that. And we went out and we started to interview college coaches, high profile high school coaches, and all the way down to youth coaches and ask them, what do you think needs to change? What are you seeing is going on out there in basketball as a whole? And we kept coming back to the fact that we just needed an environment that there can be fewer players, like a 3-on-3 environment, And everybody gets an opportunity in that environment to shoot, pass, defend, screen, all the basketball elements. And they get way more opportunity throughout a game than they would in a normal 5-on-5 setting. And then one of the main things we wanted to focus on is the word fun. So many of the college coaches in particular that we talked to said that it looks like half of the teams they watch are miserable out there. They look over on the bench and the kids are just sad, like they don't want to be there and don't feel involved. So make it fun. So our goal was not only from a basketball standpoint to get more kids opportunity, but then to put them in a situation where they're having fun, right? So we don't allow screaming coaches. We don't allow crazy strategies drawn up to win games because we're at a win at all cost attitude. We play music during our games. We encourage and cheer and have fun and encourage parents and coaches to do the same. We have really put the fun into basketball. And while we do that, we really stress opportunity for kids to get more touches and more opportunities to become great basketball players. Thanks again for listening. If you have any questions or comments, you can reach out to us anytime at Northwest 3-on-3 Basketball, and please go visit to also learn a bit more about us.